Hello and welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I will be your host today. How's everybody doing? Hello, CK, Henny, Ben. You guys, good to see you. So, what's on everybody's mind today? What's good? Hey, Rebecca.
Oh, I'm trying out the link to make sure because I've never done this before.
Are you in the restream part?
Yep. Never done any of that. So I was hoping I was doing it right.
Right on. If you hover over a particular comment over in the chat, do you see that little chat button down at the bottom, the chat icon there?
Yep.
Click on that and it'll show you the chat.
Perfect.
And then you can hover over a message and then you'll see a little star there. If there's something there that you want to pin so that we can bring it up or talk about it.
And so how do I pin? Just star it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so I'm going to just try pinning like this one. Henny.
Hey, Zena.
Just test it.
Zena Turner. How are you, Plant Freak?
I'm good. Now I'm all settled in for the night. I think I'm going to watch a movie tonight. I'm just not going anywhere.
Good. Do you know what you're going to watch yet?
Not yet. Not yet. But I don't know. One of the English workers is actually in this evening. So she'll probably sit down and watch with me, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I can deal with that. Her and I get along fairly well. And it feels like we've created more of a friendship than like a professional, like social worker, person here kind of situation.
Right on. That'd be, uh-oh. Sorry about that.
I'm here.
That was
It's all good. Just going to.
Hey, friends, just dropped my kid off for a couple hours, getting some coffee, hanging out for that. I'm glad you are. Stuck in awful traffic. Warm, not used to it. My husband's so scared. Ooh, it got cold. Just like it started out 50 something, and it just plummeted. Of course, we had to go out there and gather up those goats that were. The incarceration did nothing.
Put them in the testicles from now on.
Oh, you guys didn't hear that.
Oh my goodness.
Did they hear it?
Yes. Yes, we did, Steve.
Yes, we did, Steve. He can't hear y'all because I have my earbuds in. So.
Oh, gotcha. It's been, you know what? Today was nice and quiet. All those calls that, I was making over the last couple of weeks and the beginning of this week, now it's just callbacks, and that's okay because my voice is getting saved a little bit.
Good deal. Yeah.
How are you doing, Rebecca?
I am good. I'm just trying. I'm playing.
All the things.
So now I know how to do this.
Yeah.
Yes, click on it. It's fun learning, isn't it?
It is. And it feels kind of weird that I don't know all the technology like this because I do IT for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, not this, but yeah. Most days I know computers.
Yes.
Hello, Gordo. Good to see you.
That's the goat.
Oh, the goat's ripped his jeans.
Oh.
Pooh.
I love goats.
They're running around and destroying things more. Great.
Oh, yeah. Get goats, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
You're rethinking this.
Big time.
Great to have you here, Gordo.
Yes. Good to see you. You need to get away from everything, so I'm driving and we'll be just lurking for the most part. Very good. Very good.
Good enough. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, is everybody recovered from yesterday?
Well, that was like Super Bowl for needing a meeting. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah, for real.
It was like 2:00. I said goodnight. Oh, it had to have been around 11:30, but it was 2:00 in the morning by the time I could stop looking.
Oh
I
no, honey. I was supposed to be with my son and granddaughter, but I wasn't feeling well, so something told me, and I tested positive for C.
Oh,
honey.
Oh. Well, I hope it doesn't drag you down. I hope it's just asymptomatic.
Yeah.
or maybe it'll be really light. I'm going to hope for you. Hopefully it'll be, because some people get it, without many problems. So I hope for you. Please let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, Sandy Wendy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I interrupted. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it was just like 2:00 in the morning by the time I could like actually stop looking at the subscriber updates and the view count updates. It was like, okay, turn off your goddamn brain now.
Indeed.
But it was definitely Super Bowl for needing a meeting, and I was like jumping around here, and I was in the living room because I don't often just take over the TV. I'm the only English speaking person here, so I don't often just watch something. And last night I was like, I don't care. I need my phone so that I can be messaging people, and I need the television so I can see this like bigger, okay? So I was jumping around there like, what? And I had to like try and explain it with Google Translate, and it doesn't translate perfectly. But it was an it was definitely it was great for me. How did you feel, Carol?
I was just like gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Felt a bit surreal.
It did. Still does.
Yeah.
I feel a little starstruck when Tommy's there because he does so many amazing things, and he's been through so much, has come so far, is the person he is on the inside. So yeah, and he's really attractive.
It helps. It helps.
Doesn't it?
I'm like, oh. Silly. What can I say? It's silly of me. I know.
Yeah, I was starstruck too. I was like, oh my God. I can't say the exact words that I was thinking, but oh my God, it's the myth, the man, the legend. And I'm on screen with Tommy blank, 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 blank Scoville. So that was really awesome. I didn't expect the stream beforehand and be like, we're all going over there. Let's go. So it was like, oh, so you normally don't wear makeup. Guess what? That changes as of yesterday.
Hey, how are you?
Or not. If you're me, there's no makeup. Hello, Christy.
Thank you, Krista Melinda. It'll probably be about a month before all the stats catch up and with reality. And I don't know the process yet, but I've heard that it can take, once you arrive at what you need, it can take a month or two for it to actually kick into monetization. But thank you for that. Well, what's going on? You're busy, I know.
I'm super busy. I wanted to pop in and say congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, so Michael's going to be home in about 2 hours. I've got all of the chaos condensed down to the bedroom, and most of it is just clothes that I, washed that I need to put back into my suitcase and stuff I'm taking. So yeah, I'm just trying to get all of that handled before he gets home. And that way, when he gets here, we can just eat. Oh, I have no pots, no pans, no plates, no silverware, no food. There is nothing in my house. So we're going to have to go grab something somewhere. And then tomorrow will just be solid cleaning, painting, touching up, whatever. And then Sunday morning, we're off. So I'm less than 48 hours away from my adventure. Oh, that's funny, that dog.
I love that dog.
So,
You gonna try the
Oh, that
mortuary?
is so exciting.
am I what,
Wow.
Rebecca?
Are you gonna try the mortuary?
Oh, God,
It's
no.
Huh?
No.
I feel like I
forgot
missed
about that. I was like,
something.
what?
Carol, the story is there was a new restaurant open in the little tiny town that I live in, and it was called Rex's. And it used to be a full service funeral home and mortuary.
Ooh.
And now they serve food and ice cream there. And I was like, not eating there. I'm sorry, I could never eat there. That's the new place. Apparently, it's quite popular. People are lined up everywhere, and they did not redo it in any way. They did not change the interior of it or anything. So, yeah, I will be passing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Accidental bottle flipping.
Yeah. I couldn't. No. But yeah, so I think we're gonna go to like Bob Evans or I don't know somewhere Michael likes to go. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on real fast, say congratulations, say hi to everybody. I will be listening. Probably won't be chatting or anything like that, just because if I get sidetracked, it's a bad thing. And I had to come out to my car. But you guys get to see what I look like behind the scenes. This is what Carol sees most of the time. I will tell you this. Sometimes when I come on and Carol's like, oh, hi, it's not because she's so happy to see me. It's because I looked like this or worse before. And then I come on and it's like I went from, like Dollar General to Gucci like that. And she's like, oh, wow. So,
Christy, I think you look
everybody
just so beautiful either way.
Oh,
either way,
thank you. Well, there's nothing on this face, not even a little concealer. Like, it's just, it's me. So, but you guys have a wonderful meeting. I'm gonna hop off, and you guys take care. If I can send pictures, I will. I'll post them on Facebook or wherever. Going through West Virginia, I'm not sure what kind of I'll have. So you might not see until Monday, but you probably won't see me till the meeting on Monday. So you guys have an amazing weekend. Take care of yourself. Be awesome. And I will talk to you soon next time from Baltimore.
Yay!
Christy, you'll be in our heart. Don't figure yourself out.
Say hi to Michael.
Enjoy this time.
Yeah.
I will. Oh, one little quick story. She hates the car. That poor kid. So I gave her a bunch of catnip. She was real happy on the way home. So we're just going to make sure that we put. Oh, thank you. Put plenty of catnip in there for her so she doesn't get angry. But it'll be. I'll have lunch to come back on Monday. But you guys take care of you. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon.
You too. Okay.
There we go.
How are you, Misha?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Well, I got off the phone with the news reporter.
You did today?
Hoping that my sound is a little bit. I'm not all laggy and such. I'm going to blow it up. I'm blowing it up, and they're going to give me copy before they release anything. They're going to do some research, and they're going to help me find money for that particular need.
Oh my God!
And so he said, "What are your goals?" Yeah, I know. I mean, I still have to for the DHS and the Social Security because Bradley's wasting away, and they don't care. But as far as Christine is concerned, I think that we're going to get this going. He said, "What is your ultimate goal?" Is to have that apartment with shelter. That is my ultimate goal, and to not just get Cedric to be the justice, because that would be like him being the face man for everybody else that did her wrong. I want somebody's head. I want justice, but I don't want it to be just on him. He was the end result. Yeah. and he put the final nail, proverbial and real. But so much of us let her down, and I want pound of flesh. And so, you know, there's been 3 court dates, and I was notified at one of them, and that 5 minutes till 5 o'clock the day.
Oh my God! Yeah, that was.
I'm so sorry. I just now found out about it. You didn't just know about it because I was told about it at the beginning of December.
Right.
So found out about it to tell me, and there's already been 2 other court dates. That's not right either. It shouldn't be Blue Lives Matter. You know, all of our lives are important. All of our lives matter. And just because she was homeless, just because she was a drug addict, just because she was being trafficked, doesn't make her a bad person. It makes her human, and we failed her. So I needed a meeting a little bit.
I can tell.
Like I'm glad you're here. I'm on here and yesterday and day before yesterday,
you know,
I said that I wasn't going to do
you know we love you, and we're always glad to see you. Right. Well, I'm glad you're here. So I don't consider you a hypocrite.
Yeah, I do.
I'm just happy to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm taking control of
I'm happy to hear that.
I put a couple of videos up yesterday.
Yeah. I watched the one where she was talking about how.
I do have lag.
Oh.
Can y'all hear me then?
Yeah.
Technology, they say.
Yeah.
It hurt me.
Yeah.
I put out a video of, and I was told by somebody who loves her that it's not a good video. It doesn't do her justice, and it kind of hurt. Because I'm like, you know, she's her mom and she can't count, and she gets excited. He doesn't say her words right, just a comment. And so if it does her injustice, that's crap, because it's her. That
her. Is crap.
And she's beautiful.
That's her.
And she got excited. And I'm going to worse videos than that, because you need to know what it feels like as a mother, as a daughter. They need to know the difference. When you're an addict, you do things. And I wanted to show that. And she wanted me to show that.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things I just can't, what everybody thinks or any do what is in my heart and what I feel. And if it's not good enough, I don't care, because it's not for anybody but us. And the right people will see it.
That's right.
And it'll do to do for the right people.
Anybody who can say that just can go kick that. You know, anybody who could say anything like that could just go kick rocks.
Well,
come on.
Yeah. It was somebody that loved her like a sister.
Then they should know better than anybody that was her.
It was with the best. I know, but I do it too. I question: should I put this out? Should I do it? Because it doesn't put her in a great light sometimes. But yeah, I should, because it was her. And I'm tired of playing the social media game. Tired of having to question if it's going to get the likes or the views or the this or that. I don't care. If it's supposed to reach somebody, it will. And so people may think, you know, oh, she's horrible for putting this out. They can kick rocks. You're right here.
No,
that's
can't. Right.
Because the goal is to get people to realize not all perfect. We're not all beautiful. We're not all everything. But she's beautiful to the people that matter. To me, beautiful.
Yeah.
And like I told that reporter today, you know, we found out about the woman who was the only witness on Christina's case is the one that got beaten to death.
Yeah.
On the 3rd of July with the holiday of the 4th. And then we got her autopsy back, and he was in jail the 5th. It took us 90 days, the full every single day that they had to get it back to me. They got it back for Christina's autopsy. It says, and I'm out right now too. I'm gonna let y'all just have it, because anyone does, and y'all love me. So her autopsy said that her cause of death was, if you don't mind, this is trigger. So I probably should say that too. This is a trigger warning, girl. Do you want me to use this on here?
Okay. No. Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
The cause of the shot wound to the chest. And for 9 months, for 10 months, it was classified as a suicide.
Yeah.
But there was no bullet, no weapon found.
That doesn't.
With a detective,
a bullet is a bullet.
Yeah. So if you tell that somebody's going to do that, they're going to unalive themselves and then be kind enough to hide in the weapon,
Yeah. Thank you.
But the first thing that was said, and I've said this on the live, was that she was a known user of drugs. ... That was the very first sentence in the summary of her autopsy. Was she was a known user.
What does that have to do with how she was murdered?
right.
My point exactly. That was medically should have been in the autopsy that wasn't. And your lungs are supposed to be your right one bigger than your left because your heart rests on your left lung. And so your left 3 times bigger according to the autopsy. There was no problems with her lungs. There were no problems with her lungs.
Right.
Nobody would explain the autopsy. There's no temperature. There's just so many things that are wrong with that in itself. And there's just so many injustices there. Well, sex trafficking information. I have pictures. I have people. Gave it all to the detectives. I gave a recording that lasted almost an hour of me talking to the man that did this. He was gloating about doing it. He said it was my fault because she was coming home.
Oh, Misha.
No.
Oh, Misha.
No.
I get detectives because God, the only reason I thought to even do it, because I was calling, I didn't believe it was her. 600 something miles away from home. Sorry, y'all. I need to get this out, and I'm going to let it all go.
Okay.
Let it
600
out.
miles away from home.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe it. And so I was calling her phone number, trying to get her to answer to tell me that it was not her. It was okay. And he answered. And by the grace of God, I pushed recorder and I recorded every single bit of it. I sent that to the detectives.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they knew.
Yeah.
They told me that and this was in January, that they had an APB out for him, actively looking for him, but they just couldn't. But then in July, in the very same complex, this other girl was murdered. She was beaten to death. There was no reason for her to have died because he should have been in jail.
No.
They sent out several wellness checks on this girl beforehand to the same apartments. They sent protective orders to him. They charged him. They served him protective orders. Yet they didn't arrest him. And all of this through September until this happened, and they found something in the apartment complex that proved that this happened to Christina as well. And now they're double homicide, charging him with together at the same time. I gotta catch my breath because it was a lot of
Take your minute. Take whatever you need.
Injury, the fact that this other woman, her life. That's so angry to me. It makes me so angry.
Yes.
Her family.
Yeah.
Her sister has worked for next door over police department. Her husband has worked for this police department for over 30 years. He owns the air helicopters and all that they use with the police department. He owns. That is why everything happened so quickly for her. She was the same as Christina. They all lived together. They all squatted in this apartment complex.
Yeah. Oh.
And yet, all this out about her holiday in between, the 4th of July. And now it feels like they're just charging him with Christina's, just adding it on, accessory to the fact kind of thing, because
they're going to charge for her, so they're just going to add this on. She's not even getting her own. And her sister
she
is
should
the
be
one
getting
that
her
called me or that
own.
messaged me and told. I think so too. I think so too. And so the first court day, there's been 2 others that I didn't know about. Only her sister told me about it. She told me that they were going to charge them together. And that she told me, this was back in December, she told me that when this court date was going to be, that I told you all about. I got a phone call literally 5 minutes before 5 o'clock the previous day that the court was going to be that next morning. It's like, it's so maddening. There are people in the complex, it's a dilapidated place. And they're connected to the police department, to the city that own these apartments. Sorry, if I own an apartment complex, I would know that I was liable if anything happened. And so I would have not only insurance, but I would make sure that it wasn't dilapidated. Excuse me. I would make sure that there weren't people squatting. I know for a fact that it's been over a year she stayed there because she gave me that address to send her mail. They were squatting. Would make sure that wasn't happening. They're connected to the city and they own it. They're telling me that there's a lot more to it than just what happened. There's a lot more to it. And I think Christina's stuff didn't have to happen either.
There has to be.
I think
there has to be. That's no coincidence that they were both murdered.
In the same place.
There has to be more to it.
Same place. But
same place.
And they let me live with that. I've had family that got tattoos for suicide in Christina's honor, and I wasn't allowed to say anything. I wasn't allowed to stop them. I wasn't allowed to say anything. And I'm not going to let that happen anymore. I'm so tired of being quiet because I'm mentally stupid anymore. You know, I can't function. And it's because I've had to keep somebody's secret somewhere my entire life.
Yeah, that makes so much sense too. No more. No more, Misha.
So he asked me what my ultimate goal was with all of this. And I said, like I said, I want my pound of flesh from all of us, from her dad, because the reason she's even in Louisiana is, and this is triggering y'all.
Okay.
When she turned 18 years old, she wanted to have something to do with her dad. And when she went to go see him, he shot her up for the first time.
Oh, no.
And I just found all this out after she had passed months later. And he raped her. And so she
no.
He had to get away from it because she didn't know what to do.
Oh, shit.
She didn't know what to do.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. No. Oh.
Poor Misha.
I wish every one of us could.
So she was. She wasn't just a drug addict, prostitute.
No, she was not.
She
was not. She was your beautiful daughter. And so much more.
So my end goal is to get Christina some respect.
Yes.
And to get that apartment complex turned into a homeless shelter. That is my end goal.
Okay.
And to get everybody, me, her dad, the rehabs, the facilities, because people think, well, my daughter's in rehab, she'll be okay. No, she won't. There's so much more to it. It's not just a good place because it says rehab on the door.
That's a fact.
I've spent hours upon hours researching this man that did it because they weren't doing their job. I had to. I spent hours looking for Christina before everything happened because I would call facilities, I would call all these places, and nobody would talk to me because she was over 18. There's so much that parents go through when their children are addicts. There's so much that addicts go through.
Yeah.
And a lot of it we can change. We can change it.
We
can change the way that we look at people, the way that we treat people, the way that we do people, and it would make such a difference.
It would. It would.
I'm an addict.
Mm-hmm. You know, we wouldn't do that to a diabetic.
No. And I promise you, there's valid reasons for most people that become addicts. There's valid reasons, and it can be to sugar. It can be for, it can be all these things. Yeah. And instead of looking down our noses at people and saying, well, you just need a job. You're just lazy. You could do this if you just tried real hard. Step a mile. No, don't even do that. Right. Step a block in their shoes.
Step a block.
And that's that is my end goal, is to get some awareness. And Christina was working on this before even everything happened, because that's how we're even doing the documentary, is because she was talking with the producer beforehand. Wow. And I always told her, and I say this every time I talk about her because it's so amazing. Every time I talked to her, I would tell her that her testimony was going to save lives. And we thought that it was going to be her telling it. And she knew. And she said, I know, Mama. And she said I would go through it all over again.
Oh.
And so we're going to get her story out there, and we're going to save lives in God's name, in her name. And it's going to be done. And it's going to help people. And it hurts so freaking bad. It makes me so mad. I just want to just go and take all my anger, just let it go everywhere. And that's not right either.
I know it.
I needed a meeting, y'all.
Yeah, you did. And, how would you not, though, Misha? My goodness.
Misha, first of all, my daughter's name is Christina. Hugs. I can't give you a hug personally, but hugs. And second of all,
Please
I want to just remind this. For those that don't know the story of Bill Robertson, his sister said if he became saved, he would save thousands of people. He told the blind recently. He said it was the hardest thing to do, to show people what it was before Duck Dynasty. The alcoholic, people cheated on his wife and did everything. And it's in full Technicolor. But he said it's not to save one person, tell it all. And he told the whole beautiful story.
And it is. And it does. And that's what we're going to do.
When my daughter was school,
we're not going to let this be for nothing.
Look at me.
That's right. That's
and
right.
Sit there and tell me, I understand your daughter has an autism. And I said, yes. And she said, none of our kids in our school at ASD, none of them have service animals. And I looked straight at her and I said, guess what? I don't care whether one or all of them have service animals. If my daughter needed it, she gets it. And if you have a problem with it, I'm sorry. You do what you need to do and forget everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that was part of the problem with Chris too, is because I love you too. I love you so much. We found out about 2 years ago, I would say, about my autism. And I was trying, because everything clicked. Everything made so much sense. Everything, like going back to when she, everything made sense. And I was trying to tell, because she was in and out of facilities, and I was trying to get a hold of them. After trying to research and find where she was at, it could be anywhere from Chicago to Baton Rouge. I mean, it was that big of a difference. And when I would find her, and it would be such a victory to find her, nobody would listen to me. Nobody would patch me through. It was such a nightmare again. And I'm so tired of everything I do being the bunny rabbit trail of phones, never-ending loop. And if I could have gotten that to somebody, a counselor, a doctor, somebody, that could be an issue for her. Not that it was, but it made a lot of sense to look into it. Because they had her down as schizophrenia. They had her down as all these other things, and they would give her medicine, and then it would just get stolen because she was homeless. She would use it for 1 or 2 days, and then, that's pointless. If we would have had more attention in the service facilities when they dropped her off at our friend's house, left for dead because it looked like a murder movie being made in the hotel room, they found her left for dead then. Why couldn't we have arrested her? Why couldn't we have done something that would have kept her away from this? Because obviously there was something wrong. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody's going to go back out and do that on their own unless there is something going on, even if it's just the addiction. Take it away. Take it away. It's not giving people their own liability. It's not taking away their rights and their freedoms by letting them continue to go into that, because they don't know how to get out of it.
Yep.
They don't know.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know how to get out of what I'm in. And
that's right.
Sometimes family or friends or people there that surround you to do it. We've got to do something. We've got to get people to pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misha, I want you to know that anything you need from me, I'm available for you anytime. If you need help with anything, I'm here for you. If you need to talk, I'm here for you.
Me too. I'll be more glad to be there. I
think this is going to help a lot, just getting this out.
Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Sure.
Good.
I've been in
And I
autism
just,
for 5 years. It's the hardest road in the world.
yeah.
I didn't hear you, babe.
Being an autistic mom is so hard.
Yeah.
But it's also beautiful if you look at it, like the fact that there are so many things that you see when you are on the spectrum, or, you know, there's a lot of different spectrum. There's a lot of different places on it, and everybody is different. But I've seen a lot of beauty.
Yeah.
And I see, just like with that, it's not just the autism or the addicts or the anything with it. It's every one of us are different. We just have to learn what to do with those differences and not look at it as just a disability, because it's the world. Being neurotypical, the world is messed up. Honestly, you know, it's the world is not right. And so to be on the spectrum is something that, you know, you're able to see things in a different light. It's just everybody looks at you differently too. And that's what we've got to work on.
I wouldn't
That's right.
her for the world. I love her just the way she is. But when I was going through it, everybody didn't want us. I didn't have my phone blowing up saying, "Can I just be there to talk? Can you need help? Do you need somebody to bring you a coffee?" Everybody except my core family just said, "Don't understand it, so let's stand by." And it was the loneliest time of my life. And I refuse for the rest of my life to be without connection. Thankfully, to the lifeboat, I've realized how important that is.
It is.
It is.
Right.
That's Christy.
Hi, Cosmic.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to say to Mary, I'm going to go to netball with Mia soon. That I am an autistic mum and I'm autistic. It is hard, and you know, it is hard. And I can't say that it's easier or it gets easier, because it doesn't. My daughter is I love her very much, but we don't mesh well because we're both autistic. But it's worth it, you know. My daughter's now independent. She's living out independent in the world, and I never thought she would. I thought I'd be looking after her whole life. But now she's independent, living out there with a boyfriend, renting her own house, paying her bills, you know, being everything I never thought she could be, because I didn't know that she had that in her. But she does. She did.
Oh, my daughter's marriage was the most beautiful bride I could have ever imagined. She was just beautiful. Working with dogs and absolutely loving it.
Right on.
Well,
that's a blessing. That's so good.
It's a blessing. I know what it's like gone through that. And my just hugs.
Yeah, Misha. Is there still?
And Misha,
yeah.
I know that we haven't been able to talk too much one-on-one because you've got a lot going on. I've got a lot going on, but I got to tell you how proud I am of you.
Yes.
And all of the progress that you're making. I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
I know this isn't easy, and I know that this is so hard. So hard.
Yeah.
But you are so strong.
Yeah.
You are so strong, and you call me your hero, and Misha, you're my hero.
Yes.
Yes, me too.
Say that. Yeah. Station, no, you are my example of what I'm trying to.
Oh, okay, we can be each
Because I am
other's
so
hero
weak.
and each
I'm
other's
like,
examples, but I'm just letting you know.
I love you.
I love you
so
too,
much.
honey.
This,
I love
I
you,
have
Misha.
times because it gets too much, and I have to rearrange and reorganize, and I have to take myself out. Y'all have to step in sometimes too. And that's what I today I had to.
I'm so
I'm
glad you
lost.
did, Misha. You've been holding this in for far too long.
I finally got to get, I think, everything out. I think I did just today, and it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I thought the news reporter is gonna give me coffee before he runs with it, but it's always like it's what's the word? It's condensed and compartmentalized. And Christy, I love you. It's compartmentalized, and I don't ever get to just get it out. And if anybody's going to get it, I wanted you guys about to have it because we'll understand and see Christina the way that I need Christina to be seen as herself. Not perfect. I mean, not to me she was.
Yeah.
For the most part, but
yeah,
she needs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
Misha, I'm so glad that you didn't do what you said and go quiet. I'm glad that you're talking.
I'm glad too.
I was really worried about that when you told me that you were going to step back and be quiet because I felt like you needed to get a lot of stuff off of your chest.
Yeah.
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 It's like, hi, my name is Misha. I'm an addict. I'm a mother. I'm a sinner. I'm a daughter. I'm an addict to it. Not only other substances, but to you guys.
We're not our labels, honey. We are not our labels.
No.
But they're important pieces of us, They've shaped who we
I'm
are.
not minimizing it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not meaning to minimize it at all. Just saying that's not.
I'm creating my label.
That's right.
There you go.
Right.
I did a show with my other's keeper yesterday about fibromyalgia. And one thing she said is when she's hurting, she tends to go back and stay quiet, which is easier to do sometimes coming forward and being connected. But it's the better thing to do.
I'm so disappointed I missed that, Mary.
I said I went
on
my other
week.
Did a story about fibromyalgia on my journey. Yes. And she said, when you're hurting, it's so much easier just to go in a corner and be quiet, say anything. It's harder to come.
It is.
It's hard to even move sometimes.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I don't know how you do anything, Misha, but you are remarkable.
Yeah. Well, the non-explanation on the fibro, that's hard too because it's not actually able to be diagnosed.
They rule everything else out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say, your blood is this and this and this, but and so I got diagnosed with that early on, and so it was even harder. It's like, how do you explain to people an illness that nobody even believes? It's kind of like addiction. How do you explain that? And you just realize that it's just another obstacle.
I've never seen those similarities, but you're right.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you go most of your life and everything hurts and you don't have an answer for it and everyone makes you feel like you're a hypochondriac. And then when you finally do get an answer, like it's helpful, but at the same time it's not helpful. They're like, fibromyalgia, what? I'm like, if you touch my skin, I'm gonna scream.
It's
it's very it can be completely debilitating. I'm fighting a flare right now, but I'm fighting it. So
I had to get up and put because I'm actually shivering. I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Oh no.
Oh,
but
the stress is definitely not helping. Didn't do any favors. Yeah.
Because you're hurting.
You can see it in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I did my channel the way I did it. Is because I didn't want to do a channel about crochet. I wanted to do it about connection, and there's not enough voices about fibromyalgia and what it does and what you have to go through. and autism and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I just want to build connection. I love to crochet, and I use that as a way of dealing with my pain and my fibromyalgia, but I don't want to show you how to do it. I want to connect with people because it's been missed way too much in my life.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you spoke out. I'm glad that you're doing that with your channel. I am.
And then people
I think a lot
at
of us
me.
feel that. I think that, the meeting and everybody something. And what I told myself, because for all these years I was worried about my channel, and then I was shadowed and all these different things. Last night I told myself, I was like, okay, no. And I said it to myself. I'm not going to post anything for other people. I'm not going to post anything for anybody else, but for myself, for my posterity, for my children to come back and look on, for my grand princess to come back and look on. Quit worrying about procrastinating because I don't have the best editing or I don't have this or that. I'm just going to, if I feel it, it's going out there. If it's shit, it's sorry, but it is. I think so many of us are worried about things that don't matter anymore, that we lose sight of who we are and what we're even doing here. And I don't want that for any of us. I want us to be able to just be us and not say, oh gosh, is the algorithm going to kick? I don't care anymore. If it gets connected, then it's the right people are going to be connected to it. If it doesn't, then maybe I would do something that would potentially harm them in the long run. So there's more to it than just what we see. We just got to let it be and stop procrastinating and just start doing. And that's, I'm so frozen in fear where I'm at. I'm so stuck that I'm not getting even the simplest of crap done. And I've got to start doing something. And if it is nothing more than just that, then that's what it is. But I've got to stop being in this stupid frozen 4-foot square foot space of jail cell that I've created for my own self. Nobody's keeping me here but me. But I'm doing a dang good job. I'm the worst dadgum jail person in the world. I'm the worst bell or whatever you want to call them, because I can't think of the word right now because but I'm horrible because I know all of my weaknesses and I use them against myself on the daily, on the hourly. And I'm tired of it. And every single letter that I have on my diagnosis label, guess what? It's going on my cape, and it's going to be my superhero powers, and it is going to spell out victory. Whether I die doing it, it's going to spell out victory. No longer am I a victim. No longer am I going to let my past ruin me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And I was going to say something along that lines, like, look what you just got off the phone doing today. Look what you accomplished today. And just being able
and Stacia,
to...
I almost ruined it.
Sorry?
I did. I almost self-sabotaged it because beforehand, my computer literally crashed. You know why? Because I was trying to make sure everything was good and everything was, I was going to be able to show them this and this and this, which wasn't even necessary. But guess what? Misha went through and did all these different settings. And it's like I go into my DID mode and I go into either it's my inner child or it's somebody that just thinks it's really, really funny, because I know she likes to play the game of hide and seek with me. I know. And I think she doesn't know computers, or she thinks it's me struggle. But whatever it is, that happened right beforehand. So I had to actually call him back after I got it calmed down enough to where I could actually talk to him. So I almost even ruined that. It's so funny, these things that our bodies do.
But you know what you did?
So,
You didn't sabotage it though.
You called him back.
That's right.
You called him back.
Yeah.
I did.
See?
You got to give yourself credit for following through, even though you tried to not.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I decided to leave my first videos up. I'm not taking them down. I didn't have the greatest backdrop. I still don't. And that's okay. I have the basic stuff, but I wanted people to see you don't need any fancy thing but yourself in a chair, a computer that is, I have to say, okay, I have to let my computer warm up for about 45 minutes before I go on because it's old like I am. Oh, well. My for selfish reasons, I want to with people and I want to be able to make friends and have people accept me for who I am. And I have had people look at me because I have to be on pain medicine. It's the only thing that works. And people look at me and go, oh, well, because you're on that, then you're an addict. And I'm like, I'm dependent, but I'm not an addict.
That's their problem.
If I'm a meth addict.
You put mint chocolate chip ice cream in the refrigerator, it's going to be gone. If there's mint chip, it's going to be gone in 2 days. So I can't handle that. And
Hey, I'm a pill popper, so you know, I'm a benzo freak. There you go.
I don't care whether or not anybody accepts it or not. You don't have to live in my body, and you don't have to live with my pain.
That's right.
Like,
we accept you.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
We accept you. We see you, and you are valid. And we want to hear your story. I want to hear everybody's stories. The thing is, I just don't know how to make everybody to where I can. It's hard to balance everybody that's trying to do it. That becomes the whole thing in and of itself. But you are valid.
If I can,
and your story does matter.
And no pressure for me for anybody
I don't
to
even
watch
put my
my
picture
stuff.
up.
It's
I'm like, I'm
be
a
up
big
there.
open sweetie.
You don't have to put your picture up.
And I think that's the best approach. Not, oh, I got 13 people to see it. Thank you. Thank you, 13 people, for coming by. I made it for me. And so that's the philosophy I'm having to go with. And, because otherwise I didn't get anything out there. And there's a lot of important stuff. Like, okay, the other day on Christina's bench, y'all.
Oh.
I found her bench.
Oh my God.
Visit the cemetery the first time. And there's a Victorian cast iron bench that we had gotten in a locker, and we took a Victorian porch light thing out to her gravestone. And that way she would always have a place for somebody to come down and sit and talk to her, and she'd never be in the dark. And I was told whenever we went out there, because it wasn't there, the light was cemented in. It was so heavy we didn't do anything except just sit it out there. And I immediately got on the phone and called the groundskeeper, and 80% of the people, I have no me and then my daughters. That is it.
Yeah,
the
you do.
is supposedly my family. And so I called out there, and he said, well, yeah, but you know what I mean, as far as like the blood lineage that everybody cares about. I don't. But anyways, he said that shortly after the funeral, it disappeared. We took it.
Dear God.
In the same town that my daughter was living in, my daughter on Facebook a year and a day to the day that we buried Christina, that damn thing went on sale on Marketplace. I was going to do a video of it, but because of things that happened on social media, I didn't. And I let myself be distracted enough to where that it's going to be like moot, like that a lot of my issues that I think are valid are no longer once I start on something and then stop because I can't work on it over and over. And it takes away, and it just makes it to like just want to post something, and that's not it. And so all this ugliness about posting there, but I wanted to put out there and share, and I wanted to get people's opinions. Afraid I might go off on her. I want to go off on the whole rest of the world, and she might be the lucky lottery winner for my anger, because the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
But, I found a bench. So moral of that story is just don't get so caught up in social media and what everybody's thinking and what everybody else is doing and what's going on with everybody else. We have to we're doing. That's where I'm at. That's why, Jen, whenever I said I was going to step away, that's what I was doing. It's telling myself that, we all have our play to do something in it, but we have to make sure that we're doing it and not let other people in our way. Be there for people and do what we can.
Well,
for
and
people,
you know
but
that
not let
I
it be
was
so
that I was going to.
Yeah.
Right, and you knew I was going to do the same thing for the same reason as you, but I had a whole bunch of our beautiful people. I see Dana's in there, Sharon's in there. A bunch of people just surrounded me and kept me from running from the community because of what went down. Because I just wanted to bolt.
It's just,
and I get it.
Sometimes there are, sometimes there's not. I don't want to make things uglier than they have to be because of me, and so there's a lot to that I'm not going to go into, but we just have to love each other.
Well, it's not our fault.
Remember that we all have our issues. Well, and it's we all have our issues and our problems, and I just don't want it to be, because, I mean, even that particular incident, there's still love there. There's just misunderstandings and a lot of us don't know how to do things, and I don't want it to go ugly on anywhere. I don't want it to go ugly anywhere because we're all hurting. We all have, and there's a reason why it was done. I'm not defending at all, but I also have to step back and not let it be me and mine.
Same.
Because that's not helping either.
Yep. Yeah. No, you have to protect yourself. And I don't want to repeat myself. I already said that, but I love you and I'm proud of you. Again, like I said, here, I'm like everybody else. I'm right here for you whenever.
So Misha, I just want to kind of pop in quick here to ask, I've been a couple of people asking, is the bench still for sale?
Before I even found it. But do I know what? Yeah. I want to do my detective work because I'm really good at that. And so is Bradley, and he's the one that brought it to my attention. But I really just want to talk to that person and ask where she got it. I've got some information already about her and her husband because, like I said, tracer, so I can find some stuff out. But I don't want to be all stuck on that either. Energy on things that it's not going to make a difference. But that's going to make a difference because I really I'm going to start not letting people take advantage and do the wrong thing. And I think that was so very disgusting what somebody could do to go to a seminar. I wasn't able to protect her, after. And that makes me want to puke. And it makes me want to turn into who I used to be, and I'm not her anymore. So
right on.
Would you be interested if you can't get that one back and which one you got, that maybe we can all help get another one?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No? Okay.
That, no, I appreciate it. I do. I just know that we're all short on money. We're all struggling. And so that would not be beneficial to her or her honor if we were to use it for something like that. So I appreciate so much that sentiment. I do. But I think I just would rather just find out who did it and why, and kind of put it out to the world that they're chicken crap poopy people that would do that to somebody.
That's
But I appreciate it.
Yeah. And Misha, this is a lesson that I'm learning too right now.
But I'm still gonna do it. Just
go ahead, honey.
no, that's all I was gonna say. Sorry, I have a lag. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
And Misha, I'm so happy to hear that you're figuring out where the energy needs to go, because I know the energy was going everywhere. I think it's a lesson that I'm learning, that all of us are learning. Where does the energy go? Because there's only so many spoons and there's only so much water in the pots that we all have.
That's right.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
That's right. It gets really crazy when it starts with a cotton candy machine. That's where I've been. Use.
Oh.
It gets,
yeah, without the payoff of the cotton candy, though.
It gets very, very messy.
I have a question.
And exactly. What's that?
When does it, for me, I'm still trying to figure out when that cotton candy machine stops turning.
Does it?
I don't know when it stops.
When the engine burns out, yeah, or you unplug it.
Yeah.
Or when you unplug it, and when
you could do it, you could pull it, you could.
Yeah.
Or you could pull an office space on it and take a baseball bat to it and just destroy it.
Misha, I love you so.
No turkey leg, no baseball bat. It's got to be a turkey leg.
And I wish
turkey leg
I was
that
as
that's
strong
right.
as you are.
I do.
Yeah.
Honey, you
I
are.
really
You're just
do, Misha.
very, very
wish.
hard. You're in the very
Yeah.
Tammy, honey, I love you, and what you were going through is miserable beyond me, because you've got so many emotions you don't even want to admit right now, and that's hard. things that I don't want to admit. I remember going through all that. I remember looking at pictures. I remember looking at the Jane Does and the looking at all the horrors in this world that I never wanted to see, and I'm having to see it because I'm having to face it. And I know that you're going, and I send you so much love.
Well, I
It's so much
actually
that I'm sending them to you all the time.
I video chatted with him again today.
Good.
He does
so
not
awesome.
look good. But just being able to see him.
Yeah.
At first, he was very nasty, but he was already messed up at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So that was very hard.
Time doesn't really matter.
You know, no. To see that, and I had brought up, you know, that I would love to see him and stuff, and he's like, and he had said something to me, and I'm gonna, if I could say it on here, trigger warning. I said, you know, what would you like me to get for you? And my son, I'm not gonna cry, I can't do this.
Mm. Mm.
And my son
They're
says to me,
Yeah.
my son says to me, and I hope this is a safe place. Can you bring me a gram?
Oh no.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I said,
Oh,
you know
baby.
what? I can't bring that to you, but I can bring you a hug and get you a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Right on. He is in a bad way if he's asking
The
that
drugs
of
are
his mom,
so.
isn't he?
And
Oh.
his teeth are broken and missing.
What he feels like that's the only thing that a sandwich would be better.
And he was telling me that he's trying to cut down on his alcohol, that on a good day, he's only drinking like 3 or 4. But these are high content drinks.
Right.
He's like, yeah, they only cost me 2 for $5.
Do you mind my asking what it is? Because
He
mixing
wouldn't
it,
tell me.
that's a scary thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But he was already messed up.
Tammy, I'm proud of you because you have done.
Yeah.
I am taking a trip. And that's all I can really say. I'm taking a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And this basically is, I don't know what to call it. You know? I just don't know.
A Hail Mary.
Right.
I mean, I tried.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I tried to lay down earlier.
On that trip.
I can't.
Yeah.
Say that again?
You're in that mode, and that's such a horrible. On your with any expectations, and don't let it be the end of anything. You know, it's such a because you have to look out for your health. You have to look out for your sanity. You have to look out for all of this as your mom, and you want best for him. But anything that he does is not going to be because you told him to. And if you told him to, a little thing about me and my autism I have this thing called PDA, and anything they tells me to do, even if it's in the best interest, and I know I'd already planned it, I'm not going to do it because they told me to do it. It's just one of those things that I fight. And so in your loving him, you are doing out to him. You're finding things about addictions. You're finding things out. Just go in there with love. Don't let him walk all over you. Don't think 100% him, because the drugs have taken control. And not only the drugs, but the street life. You become somebody totally different when you're homeless, when you're out on those streets, because you think a whole different way. It's a whole different society.
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
I have a picture of him laying on the ground where he is in a sleeping bag. I took a screenshot. You know, and in the first time I spoke with him, he proceeded to call me this, that, everything, you name it, and then I hung up on him. I'm like, I'm not doing this. And then he called me back.
Well, yeah, but see, here's
he was totally different.
Thinking your mom, and you're supposed to fix it, but then he won't let you fix it.
Right.
He was totally different. And then he laughed, and it was like I seen a little glimpse of him.
Right.
For a minute.
For a little bit there.
You know, and then his friend come over, and his friend came over, and he was like, this is my mama, and I just love her. Isn't she beautiful and all that? And I'm just like, okay, you know. And then in another second, he's paranoid.
Yeah.
But I understand the paranoia in a way, because he's on the street.
Yeah, those
it's
kind of
just,
drugs out there,
you know, and my
too.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing, girl.
And I told him
the in between.
What's that?
Oh, I was just saying that in between times, I've got a video of her. She was going to call me back, and I know how those call me. And I said, but baby, the only time I feel safe is when I'm on the phone with you. You just want to keep him on the phone.
Yeah.
You just want to, even if anything, you want to keep him on the phone. There's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Literally,
we just have to.
I would lose
keep
contact.
you going to keep you and the rest of your family alive.
Yeah, well, I said to him, I said, when I get down where I'm going, you know, I'll get you a new pair of boots, and we'll get you a new set of clothes. We can go and have a meal, you know, and just sit down. I said, all I want is just to hug you.
Yeah.
That's all. And he says, Mama, I love you.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like, when are you coming? And I told him, and he's like, okay, I'll be there. And I'm just like, but if he's not, see, I haven't set myself up, because I'm just like, he may not be there. You know, and if he's not,
and
I don't want to be upset.
And then drug addict will get in the. That's why I said no expectations.
Yeah.
Honey, and just try to work it to where that something happens understand
Yeah.
you. It is such a world, and best of my intentions to do things, and inevitably something would happen, or admittedly there would be drugs that, a while, or there's just there's all that are going on, and setting down the hug when your body's going through what it does, it takes you and it puts you in a compartment of your body. You're there, but that drug has become such a big thing and has such a drug that controls your actions, and so you have to know that
very much. And there was a moment there.
I wish I could
finish.
No. I'm just saying I wish that I could get that understanding out to people, because they're there, but they're not. They're always there, but they just can't do the things that they always want to do, and it's not anything toward you.
Right.
And we just have to figure it out. I don't know the answer, but we just have to figure out what we
I don't know the answer. I get so angry sometimes at people because I see them walking by the homeless and mentally ill, like they're not even there.
Yeah.
And
you
I'm
know what I
just
wanted a lot of times when I was on the streets?
What was that?
I just wanted somebody to look me in the eye and smile. Smile malicious. Just look at me like I was human and smile. Because I wasn't asking for anything. I wasn't anything. I was just existing. I feel seen that I was existing. Not that I was struggling.
And
not that I was deserving of a smile like anybody else.
And in the midst of this, he's so paranoid. And he wants a dog. And I'm just like,
that's a tough one.
Well, I wasn't going to say it to him. I just wasn't, because why? What's the use in, what's the use in it? It's only going to break his heart more.
There are uses. I sometimes wish that Christina would have had one. It's a responsibility, and it's not. They don't deserve to go through what we're going through, and so, that's a catch-22 to be just for
I
somebody
have
to text you,
his
somebody
dog
to be not
here
lonely at the
with
moment.
me. Yeah. Well, his buddy that I guess he is around is like our age, but he has a dog. And he was laying there, and that puppy came right over and laid right down next to him.
Aww.
And I'm like, this is what you needed, bud.
Yeah.
They know it.
Yeah, so good love. A little bit of love all the way.
Yeah.
There's DJ. Oh, kitty, burr, burr.
I just get so upset with people because they don't, all they see.
I could talk about this.
Is people. All they see is people on the streets. They don't see somebody's child, somebody's grandchild, somebody's parent.
That's right. That's exactly it, Tina, right there. That's exactly it. Nobody starts back. When they're little kids, I want to be a drug addict when I grow up. I want to be home. Our daughters, our sons, our sisters, our brothers, our mother. What I found about judgment, and that's the reason it hurts still and it pisses. But most of the time, the judgment is a way for somebody to deflect what they feel about themselves onto somebody else because they think they can, and nobody's saying anything.
Right.
Nobody but
exactly.
Nobody stands up for them, and so what an easy way to be better about themselves. I'm going to change that.
Right on.
I think y'all are going to help me change that.
his whole demeanor changed because we were face to face on video chat. And I looked at him and I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to remember this or not. I said, but I see you. I see your heart. And I love you. And I want the best for you. And I said, if you don't want that for yourself, at least somebody else is out there fighting for you. And then he was like, okay, Mom, I got to go.
It's not that he doesn't want it, I'm sure. I'm sure that he does. He just doesn't know how. Of what do you think you do? What would it help you to get yourself where you need to be? What would you think? It changes.
Yeah. Well,
I do have to get. I'm sorry because I could talk about this forever.
Okay.
But
I love you, Misha.
Love you,
I
Misha.
gotta get off here. I know that I'm reining in on Carrie because I'm sorry. I love you all. I love you, every single one of you. I love and thanks for listening to me today. We love you too.
Yeah. Anytime. You know that, right?
Mwah. Yes.
Mwah.
Mwah.
But yeah.
Let me say that my uncle was an alcoholic. He had served in Vietnam. He had a father who was an alcoholic, who was in the house when his father unalived himself, my mom's brother. And he was an alcoholic. And I was in therapy yesterday, and we were processing through my time with him. Very clear before, and there's very clear for me after. Now, this is a man that if he was sober, he would have done anything he could have done to protect me.
Yep. Yep.
Where you could smell it. Beer itself going towards the most awful smell in the world. And even though it was just inappropriate what he did, my counselor gave me permission to say, you have to look at that as you was enough to be absolutely inappropriate. And I'm like, but in his full addiction and when he had had too much to drink and whatever drugs he was using on top of that, he could have gone much further.
Yeah.
Would have ever thought of being sober. And I'm like, there was just, he was so different drunk than he was sober.
Oh, my son. Exactly. You know, and I know now because of the boat, you know, and stuff, that even me mentioning his son sets him off.
Oh.
And I don't want that to possibly be the last time I talk to him. Is when he's angry. I just don't.
You're a safe place. If he gets angry at you, even though it's not what you want, you're his safe place.
Yeah.
And I always have been. Oh, he called me the worst names. He told me a piece of and blah, blah, blah. But then I hung up, or he hung up on me, or however it was, and he called me back, and he was totally different.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, okay.
It depends on when you catch him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had called last night, 8:30 our time, or whatever, but we were at our grandson's, which his nephew, his spelling bee competition. And I hadn't seen it till this morning. You know, I did have to like stretch a little bit of the truth with him. And I feel so bad for that. But at the same time, I need to get where I can see him and I can talk to him. Whether something comes out of it or not, you know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I can't cry. Nope. I say that I've cried so much that I have no more tears. Because I can't. Maybe at some point I can.
At some point, I'm sure. At some point, I'm sure. But right now, I know the feeling of being at that point where you have literally no more tears left.
Yeah.
Can't say for the same reasons, but I can tell you they come back. It's something that's just
when you least expect it.
Yeah.
That's what my therapist said. She goes, when the time is right, you know.
My grandfather passed away in 97, and this was probably 2008, and he passed away New Year's Eve, like 12:50, right before midnight. And I was in the middle of a liquor store getting something, and I saw he used to have a little bit of, you know, a little drink just every afternoon because he had multiple sclerosis. And I saw something that was so similar to what used to sit on the bar. And I'm in the middle of that store, literally just tears just rolling down my face. My husband looked at me and goes, "What's wrong?" And I said, couldn't even talk. I felt so silly, but it wasn't. No. You know, so it'll come when it's supposed to.
Yeah. You know, you never know what's going to hit you and how it's going to hit you and when.
Or trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And ladies, oh my gosh. Also, Carol and you guys, congrats on
Thank you.
everything. Thank you. I mean, oh my gosh. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Christy and Stacia and everybody. I am just so darn proud of you guys. You guys are doing amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So are you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, what happened yesterday? I woke up and I'm like, what's happening? I'm really glad I didn't come into the meeting.
Well, I didn't, because I have been staying away. Mm-hmm. From and not chatting. And I had told somebody today, I'm like, I feel like I have nothing to give.
Well, yeah, it's the whole thing of, like they tell you on flights, put the air mask on yourself first before you try to assist the person next to you.
Yeah.
You gotta fill up your cup before you have anything to give to somebody else.
Yeah. And I don't. I had a channel, which it's still there, but I chose to stop doing videos or whatever with it because there is so much going on in my life and everything, and I just can't do it. I just don't have the strength.
But you have to figure out something to fill up your battery. I don't know if you remember, Tammy, but when everything happened and went kind of sideways with Wee Man and where he was,
Yeah.
I ran away to Ontario for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't take that time, I wouldn't be fighting the way I'm fighting now. And I know that. It's hard to admit because I said I wasn't going to go. I was going to cancel it. I needed to focus here. Because in this mindset of I'm empty, it doesn't make sense to run away and charge yourself back up. But
it
needs to happen.
I can say my flights are booked and my hotel is booked.
Good. Okay.
That's right, Dana. You do. And yeah. Like Misha had said, go down there without expectations.
Mm-hmm. Just love. That's all you can do.
That's it.
You can just love them even through it. I mean, I still loved my uncle after everything that happened, and I still have to go over and see him and have some kind of relationship with him. It wasn't easy. Changed. He was a human that I only wish some of the stuff now was there for him back then.
The way my husband and I explain this is, well, for me personally, I'll say for me, is I could not live with myself if something happened and I did not try.
Agreed.
As a mother.
Right on.
And there's a hot tub at the hotel.
Right on. Nice.
A place to recharge.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. I mean,
yeah.
One good thing. He's like, oh yeah, Mom, we can go and have a few drinks and that. I go, Justin, Mom don't drink, remember? And he's like, okay, I can drink. I'm like, well, I'm not really going any place like that. I said, but we can go out and have dinner. Oh yeah, and Dutch Brothers. You're right, Dana. And Dutch Brothers. Oh my goodness. I am so glad. I did not plan on coming on here.
Feel better?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
got it out though. Got it out.
Yeah.
I did. I feel a little better, but I have a heaviness in my chest. Since seeing him and talking with him, and yeah.
I know it.
I remember we were in St. Augustine and we went to we were staying in a hotel and we walked, it wasn't very far, to the donut shop and picked up donuts, and we left there and there was this woman who she had shoes on, she looked cold, she was homeless, and I'm sure she was addicted to drugs. And I just said to my daughter, and we were traveling, and I said, oh, I wish there was something that we could do. And she goes, Mama, she said, she was like, like 18. And she said, Mama, I have socks like you cannot believe. She said, I'm going to go find several pairs of socks in my suitcase. I can always get more socks, and we're going to go give them to her. And I said, let's go.
Yep.
Went up to the hotel room. We got the socks. We put a $5 bill in the socks. We went back and we handed it to her and said, looks like you're cold, and I'm really sorry. I can't do much more, but here's some socks. And so and her smile on her face was like, thank you for noticing me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have socks. I'm going to have snacks. I'm going to have hand warmers. Stuff like that. And I'm going to give them out.
Right on. Good deal. I like it.
because these people need to know that they're seen.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
You
don't know
know,
when you're going, but if I could do enough, I'd do a couple hats and scarves and send them to you. You can hand them out.
Right on.
So,
yep.
Well, what do you guys think? If you feel like we've had a meeting?
I'll just say I'm going in a couple months.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's all I can really say.
well, if
Okay.
you want, my channel is my email address. If you want to send me your address, I will find a way to do some hats and scarves if you want to pass them out.
The ladies down there would probably like them.
Yeah.
And I have like those bags that can take the air out of.
Okay.
So I can compress my suitcase.
I wouldn't send many, but if you want to, you can go. You can just email me and I'll send some. And if you'd like to hand them and even give one to your son, tell him
Oh,
there's
I will.
people that are loving and praying for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm in the boat Facebook group too, so you can look up Mary as well.
Okay.
Well, what do you think, Cosmic? Have you had a meeting?
Yep.
Yep.
He said,
I love her laugh so much.
You've been so quiet.
I'm just letting everyone else talk and listen.
Right
Yeah, I'm
on.
just listening.
we decided to have our Valentine's Day I live with my mom and then my husband, and we had some leftover filet mignons, and we're gonna have our Valentine's Day and watch a movie as a family tonight.
Oh,
And
that's so cool.
I just want to check in on Rebecca. I know you're doing lots behind the scenes there tonight too. Just want to see how you're doing.
I just want to say dents aren't all bad. We all have a little dents and flaws and less than beautiful bits. And
yeah.
I've got a literal dent.
All of us are broken a little bit or a little dented. And I'm good. I'm fatigued, but I'm good. And I just want everyone who's here
Okay, yeah, I'm free
to know you're loved and you're supported. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are all beautiful.
Thank you.
It's snowing outside.
Oh dear.
Yep.
We have snow on the
getting cold
ground.
here.
It's not snowing here.
No.
Yeah, well.
Well, okay, I'm shivering enough. I'm in the pain enough. So let me get out something to put on, and then I have a heating pad underneath that to try to warm up because I can't stop shivering.
I'm in New York State under my blankets because we have about 3 inches on the ground now.
Oh.
We're
going to be getting a bunch of rain, and then it's going to freeze, but no snow. So there's that.
I love you, Misha.
I love you, Misha.
Love you, Misha.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm going to witchy poo it up around the house today because Mia's here.
Amazing. And Carol?
I love you too, Dana.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yeah. That was when we were on that little test earlier, when Rev asked that question.
Yeah.
I've really been in a lot of thought about all that,
Okay. Do you have any that you want to try and get out? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I need to get in touch with my son. I haven't talked to him in a few days. Actually, it's been a pretty decent while. He works nights, and so I'm always afraid I'm going to wake him up, And then at night, I kind of turn everything off at night.
Yes. Everybody needs to be able to turn it off at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm okay.
I was saying, I said, how often do we knock on our neighbor's door? and say, "Hi, I'm so and so. Can I come in for a cup of coffee?" This is the new knocking on your neighbor's door.
Well, I tell you what, I have neighborhood watch. I have an 80-year-old couple across the street that watches everything. And we all have our own little Facebook in my neighborhood.
Oh my goodness.
I messed up my joke, Davey. Don't worry about it.
Oh my goodness.
No,
You
and
guys, I need to get out there and make sure my boy goats have not escaped to 3 mountains away.
Yeah.
because incarceration did not work.
We've got some fence work to do, but they've started getting bold and going on to other people's properties because the fence line is down.
Hug a goat.
They wear your goats.
Okay.
How was your animal the other day?
Yeah, the mini Grand Canyon, he says, and it's kind of true.
How was your animal the other day? Had to get off because it had a lot of excess gas. Was that animal okay?
She was good. She was upright. As long as they're upright, they're good. But when they get down, that's when that gas is really dangerous.
Mhm.
She had been down the day or two before, and I just heard her bawling, and so I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that like
Normally
colored
she's
horses?
very quiet. She's a quiet little baby cow
blow?
girl.
Is that like collet with horses?
I don't
Sort of?
know. It's just they get bloated with this gas, and they
Yes.
get so heavy that they roll down on the ground,
And then
it-
you got to
they
take
get
that
more
thing.
distended. Yeah,
Yeah, and they got to poke it in there to
yeah.
release that.
Yeah. Luckily we got to her before it got to that point. We
Yep.
just moved her and got her to expel some of it, and got her up, and got her moving,
Oh,
got her
good.
walking. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So Henny
I-
says, "Do you call the goats with a huzzah?"
I do not. It's usually something not as nice.
Profanity filled. Oh goodness! But I'm at a 3. This has been
I'm at a 3.
Right on.
yeah,
Yep.
good. And you're
I
at a
gotta
3
make
too,
a-
I assume now.
I got to make a phone call.
Of course.
So we do the huzzah?
Yeah, let's do the huzzah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah, y'all.
Huzzah! All right, I love you guys. I'll see you
Love
tomorrow.
you too, Cosmic.
Hi, Cosmic. Love you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Y'all,
Bye.
Good to see you, Mary.
good to see you. Stay connected.
Yes, you
Always.
too. Love you, Tammy.
All right.
Love you.
All right, ladies, I'm out. It's movie night for me. So I'm going to try and take some relax and me time. So
Yes, I love
enjoy
it.
your evenings. I love you
You
both. I love
too.
everybody. Thanks for coming
Yes.
out. Bye.
Bye.